Hey, I want to say hello to my uh, new friends or foes. I don't know. But Don and Christopher. Christopher. It's Alonzo, by the way. And if I'm offended by anything, I'm very very uptight about my name. Other than that, it's all I like to keep it in a good light spirit. But I just I'll try to get back to you. But this is what's heavy on me right now, and I kind of want to deal with this. Um, I got Matthew 15. It's the first time I ever tried this, or even reading from the Bible, and I don't usually do it. So let me just. I want to start at 21 to 28, I think, is Matthew 15, 21 to 28. Then Jesus went hence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And there's also, I believe in Mark, I'm not sure, a reference to him making this trip. He was basically tired, and he just, his human body was just tired, and he wanted to get away to himself for a little while. And behold, a woman, of Canaan, came out of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. Basically, she had an understanding of who he was and his royal lineage. So beyond the fact that who he was as God, the Messiah, she understood that he was from the lineage of kings, King David. And so she addressed him with the respect of a king, okay, just on his natural earth lineage from the house of David. So that I think that respect when talking about certain people, I don't know if we have that kind of thing, but this lady was quite aware that when you address Jesus, he was royalty and from kingship, and that he just on an earthly nature deserved respect. Okay, and oh Lord, now that was she was also addressing, calling him Lord, addressing who he was in his God nature. Son of David, my daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. Okay, so she also understood that there was something wrong with her daughter. She didn't know what it was, but she knew it wasn't her daughter. So she said it was a devil, her behavior or something. She was vexed, meaning it wasn't a good situation. Has anything ever vexed you? Okay, that's a very good word. Only three letters. I think some of the small words have a very, very strong meaning. So, okay. But he answered her not a word. So this woman came to him begging, pleading to Jesus Christ, knowing who he was, addressing him with humility and humbleness and reverence. And he said not a word, meaning there was no answer. And here he was on the planet Earth, no answer. Now why? Was there some reason? I mean, maybe he already understood some things. Maybe he was waiting for something. But that's when you really find out your faith. That's when you find out who you are. When you don't get a word from God. When you are begging, pleading, humble, Lord, please, 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 my situation is dire, I got a problem. And she didn't even come on her own behalf. She went on behalf of her daughter. So she really cared about this person. And so she laid herself prostrate before the Lord. And what did she get? Not a word. That's when faith comes. And he's standing right in front of her. Now, she could have still had faith or not. What happens? What do we do when we don't get a word? When he's standing right there in front of her face. You know, a lot of people ask for a lot of miracles from God. I could show you some miracles on the computer. You want to see talking snakes, burning bush? I can make that. What's the big deal about that? You know, people want to see signs. I can give you a sign. I can make, space age flying stuff and everything else. You know, none of that stuff is a big deal nowadays. We got all that stuff up in the air. Those are miracles, if you ask me. Miracles of modern science. So what is it that you really want to see? How does that affect your faith? He's standing right there. Did her faith die? Did her faith dwindle? You know, how great is your faith? How great is your faith when you don't get a word from God? You know, and he's standing right there. You know he heard you. What did she do? You know, that's the true test of faith. When you have things and you got pressures and situations and you're distraught. She was completely distraught. Her daughter was vexed with a devil. And this is the woman said this, okay? Jesus wasn't there with a daughter. The woman came there and said, my daughter is vexed with a devil. You know? And so she came, just humbling herself. And what happened? What did she do in that moment of silence? Let me tell you, what would you do? What would you do when you don't hear a word from God? Does that mean he's not there? He's standing right in front of her. What did she do? Let's read on and see. But he answered her not a word. And this is what happened. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cries after us. That's doubt. Doubt comes right into the picture. As soon as, now that's the adversity. That's the devil himself. Now, what happens usually is when we don't hear from God, we start doubting. Well, he must not be there. If I said something to him and he isn't there, he didn't hear. So we start, not only do we get doubts from other things, but doubt, we start having our own doubt. As soon as God stopped talking to us, we start talking to ourselves and start making up all kind of stuff. Okay, let me get on because I know that there's only a few minutes. So and you know what? Here they came. And she didn't come there for them. They said, the disciples said, she came there for us. She's calling us. She didn't say the disciple Mark, Paul. She said Jesus. And here they come interjecting and putting their own thing in. She back to us. It's all about me. They want us. It's not. She asked for Jesus. Okay, but he answered and said, Am I not sent but upon the lost sheep of the house of Israel? Jesus told her that I come for the lost sheep. I come to take care of my own house of Israel. You want to fix something, start at your own house. If you want to do what God did, if you want to start a movement for 2,000 years that ain't gone nowhere, you start at your own house. You clean up in your own backyard. He's going to take care of them first. Then came she. This is what she did. Now, most of us would have turned around. Most of us said, he ain't answered us. Most of us, our faith would have failed. We would have went home. Then she came and worshiped him, saying, help me. She knew where her help was. Didn't change. She knew he could help her. He's the only one could help her. She didn't even matter that God did not say anything to her. What did she do? She worshiped him. What do we do? Oh, God, you ain't this, you ain't that. We angry at God. We did this. She worshiped him. She had faith. In spite of the situation, she still knew it. She never backed up off of her own word. Oh, Lord, Son of David. She never changed her mind about that. She knew who he was. He didn't change because he didn't say it and tell her what he wanted to hear. Matter of fact, he told her, I came for the children. What are you doing messing with me? You're a Canaanite anyway. You know, you're not even from the same house. And then he said, and he answered, and he said, should I to take meat from the children, the house of Israel, and give it to the dog? Most people had dogs at that time. Should I take their blessings? And what did she say to them? And it is truth. She did not deny it. It's truth. I'm a Canaanite. But continue reading. But I will eat the crumbs.